history to me is probably the most important thing because it gives context to like our modern day existence. And for some reason, people don't really get that, it's like, we can look at like 1,000,001 troubles and problems that we live, even if we just look at Cape Town, South Africa in general. And if you don't understand where it comes from, how can you possibly understand how it is, I guess I realized I didn't have to, to be this like African artist. I didn't have to like paint just like, township scenes or paint like, heavy political stuff, but just paint history and, the hidden stories in history, and realize that that can make a huge difference in people's lives. So the story of Chappies is this guy, I forget his name, I think it was like Albert Ginsberg or something, wanted to create a competitor chewing gum in the early 50s in Joburg. So he started making this gum, but he also picked up that sort of kids from poorer neighborhoods sometimes struggle to get food or whichever. So he decided to put in all these facts in the, chewing gum paper. And back then, because you could buy stuff really cheap, but you couldn't give change for like 1/2 cent or something, so you get Chappies as change. And so he kind of saw it as like educating anyone who bought it whilst like addressing a need. Now, because of that, I had like a natural affinity to making cheap graphics. When we studied art in Zim, we didn't have like the best facilities or anything, so we were always finding cheap ways to do printing and cheap ways to do stenciling and all of that. And it's the same logic, you kind of like can make a mark out of anything and make a print out of anything. And so I kind of felt that in that same way I could share like stories about culture in Southern Africa through that, and make it accessible to people. So make cheap artwork, or put up stickers in the street, put up posters in the street, and you make it quickly and it just like lasts forever, like somehow it might impact someone, or maybe not, who knows, but at least it's out there and people can talk about it. And yeah, that was always the point with me. Just wanted to share. In the past, I used to believe that it was like this thing of, I can do whatever I want and it's all about me and all about like what I'm making. And I think there's something really, to be quite frank, facetious about that, My work is definitely not for me. In fact, if anything, I'd see my work as like a public service. Like I kind of feel as though, if one day it like helps some kid 20 years down the line and touches no one else, then I'm stoked on that. But it's not a thing for me to like, get personal fame or anything like that. I have no desire to get that at all. I just want to tell stories.